Okay. So workflows, what did we learn last class? What did we learn in last class? What did we complete?
The immediate and time dependent actions. And all
Immediate
the
and time dependent action. Okay.
And the email alert, assigning a task or one message.
Okay. So basic understanding, everyone clear on the workflows?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's talk about the business scenario. Let's go ahead and implement one workflow. So the business scenario is we have a hiring manager object. We have a hiring manager object. Okay. So right now hiring inside the hiring manager, I have a certain mandatory fields are there. Hiring manager name is mandatory, contact number is mandatory, email address is mandatory. Now, whoever the data that I enter here, okay, upon creating a new record, we should be sending one email to this person. On creation of the record, we need to send an email to this person. Okay, so that is the business scenario. So business scenario is send an email to email address. What are the email address field is there? This is the field on hiring manager. On hiring manager object. When do we want it to send? Upon creating the record. Upon creating the record. So business scenario, ideally you will not get like this. In real time, you will not get business scenario like this. Business scenario, you will get that on creation. On creation, I want to send an email to the person email. This is what you will get it. On creation of hiring manager record. So they will say that, okay, I have a, they will not even say I have a object. They will say that hiring manager will create a record. As soon as the hiring manager creates the record, we have to send an email to the person. What are the email address that is entered while creating it? So this is what you receive it. It's a very high level. Business scenario is very high level. They don't even mention the field and object, nothing will be there in the real time. In the real time, it's a general scenario. Like whenever I'm creating a record, send me one email or send the email to the person email, whatever the person email is there, just send the email to that person. That's it. Now, like this, if we get it, like my suggestion is whenever you are implementing a program or workflow or process builder or anything, whatever you do on the customization level, divide this business scenario into the multiple levels down. That means this business scenario, bring it to the high level understanding. When they tell us that on creation, send an email to the person email. When creating the record, that means you have to bring that into the high level, then micro level. So what is the high level here? high level requirement for this business scenario is high level business requirement. When it comes to the high level business requirement, now I have understood. Basically, I have to send an email to the email address that is mentioned on hiring manager object, right? On creation. And this is the high level requirement. This is the high level requirement. High level requirement can be understood by the technical member who has a more experience. Like if they have a good experience in the Salesforce, or if they understand the business scenario, then they will be able to connect with the high level requirement. But do not stop there. Once you have written the high level requirement, do not stop there. Try to dig more into the level down. That is micro level requirement. Micro level requirement. What is the micro level requirement? Basically, in order to complete my high level requirement, what are the things that I need to do so that I could be able to achieve the business scenario? That is the micro level requirement. Now, in the micro level requirement, first thing, I have to find which object they are talking about. Because workflow is linked to the object. Workflow is linked to the object. Now, first thing we have to identify the object. Identify the object. Which object we have to create a workflow? Hiring manager. Right? Second one is I need to know whether do I have an email field or not. Email field is there or not. Whether are we capturing the email address from the user or not. Check that email field. We have a email address. That is clear. Now, next thing they are saying that send an email to the email address on hiring manager object. Hiring manager object is covered. Email address is covered. Now send an email. Send an email means I have to create an email alert. In order to create an email alert, I need to check whether do I have an email template or not. If there is no email template, then go ahead and create it. If there is no email template, first thing before start writing the workflow, create an email template. Then create email template. Create an email template based on the requirement.
Ma'am, are we sending this mail to hiring manager?
What is my business requirement?
Like scenario, send an email to email address on hiring manager object.
That means what it is.
Okay, that means that new hiring manager is appointed, so we are sending him a kind of notification.
What is my business scenario?
Yeah, that scenario is like send an email while creating an hiring manager record.
Okay. What did you understand? What did you understand?
Yeah, it means like, once a new manager is appointed, so a mail is going that you got hired kind of thing. I got this actually from.
Okay. Now you got your question and answer everything.
Miss, okay, like, fine. Okay, madam, I got.
Okay. Email template. So first thing is that we have to identify the email template. Now, once we are clear with the email template, now here step down. In case if you do not have an email template, you have to build the email template. In order to build the email template, you need to have a certain things from the client. First thing, you need a subject, what the subject will be. And second, you need a content. That means what should be the body, email body. Okay, so these two information which is required in case if you're going to create a new email template. Now we have all the information I covered. Email address is the field which I am going to fire the email to this person, and I'm clear with the hiring manager object. So everything till now it is covered. Now I have to begin writing the workflow rule. When I start begin the writing workflow rule, then what is the thing that I need to check? Whenever we create a workflow, the first thing it will ask object. Now I'm clear with the object. Hiring manager. Then it will ask which event or which evaluation criteria are you planning to create it? For this scenario, what is the evaluation criteria that we have to go with?
Immediate.
Creation. Created.
What did, who is that? Amala? Did you say immediate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so why did you think the immediate?
Because as soon as it is created, we need to send an email, right?
Yes.
So it is an immediate action.
What is that? That is an action.
Okay.
We are talking about event.
Okay. Yeah.
So we do not get confused. So we are not talking here about the actions. We are talking about the event, evaluation criteria. There are three evaluation criteria are there. So out of that, right now, we are going with the first one, which is called as a created.
Yeah.
Created. Now, whenever I'm creating it, it asks, as soon as I select the created, it will ask what is the condition that you wanted to check before firing a workflow rule. What is the condition it is going to ask? Condition we are going to put is hiring manager dot email address is not equal to null. Email address is not equal to null. This is what we are going to put in the rule condition. Now I'm clear with the event. Now when to fire a workflow, I'm clear. On creation, I have to fire the workflow. Now here, next step is that I have to define an action. What action do I need to go? What is the action type that I need to go?
Email alert.
What is the action type I need to go?
Immediate action.
Punit, what is the action that we have to do?
Immediate.
Your voice is not clear. Who is M? Who is M? Who is HP?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
My name is VH.
Viresh. Okay, so what action do I have to go? Harshini?
Immediate action.
Why immediate action?
Yeah, because after we created it, it has to send the email to the email address.
Okay. Within the immediate action, which one we have to go?
Email
Within
alert.
Email alert. Yes. So action always first come, whether it is the immediate action or time dependent. Whether it is a email action or time dependent, that is the first thing which we have to identify. So here the first one is immediate action type. Action type equal to immediate action. Then action name is email alert. So while creating the email alert, we have to mention the recipient. We have to mention the recipient name, which is a to address. What is the to address here? What is the to address here? Lakshman?
Email address in the hiring manager.
Yes. Email address field. Email address field on the hiring manager. Now, I can also put the CC. I can also put the CC address, additional email address. Max of max, I can add 5 email address. Max of max, I can add 5 email addresses in the additional. Clear? Now this micro level is clear. What needs to be done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Now,
where do we write on a paper, excuse, means all this macro and micro, where we should on a paper we should write and start doing all those
do it on the paper.
okay, means it's for our understanding.
Yes.
Okay.
But when you are sending the assignment, copy, take the picture of that micro level, high level requirement and send it to me.
Okay.
So use case, whoever is attended my class yesterday, okay, you know all of this. So, okay, so there are few new members who doesn't know, let them understand. So the use case is basically here, the use case is configure the workflow rule on the hiring manager object. Configure the workflow rule on hiring manager object and then notify the HR or notify the email address member upon creating the new record in the object. Right? This is the one. Now let's go ahead and create one email alert. Sorry, one email, sorry, workflow role. Let's go ahead and create a workflow role. So navigation is set up. Search for the workflow rule. So you will see different automations here, but that should be fine. Click on your workflow rules. Do not jump directly onto the email alert or field update or outbound message. If you have created a workflow already there in your system and you just need to verify the email alert, or you wanted to create an email alert, or you wanted to verify the field update, or you wanted to create a field update, then go ahead and click on this. This will show the existing one. So first time when you come for the workflow rules, this is what it will give you. It will give you basic understanding of workflow. What is the workflow and what are the different type of actions we can do it. And they are given the business scenario here. And what is the each workflow consist of? Criteria, immediate, time dependent. If you do not want, click on this checkbox and click on continue so that it will next time it will not show you. Now let's go ahead and click on a new workflow rule, continue with working here, new rule. Now what is the object that we have to select?
Hiring manager.
Hiring manager. Now let's click on next. Now, as soon as I come here, next screen is, it is going to ask a rule name. It is going to ask the rule name. So let's give the new rule name is onboarding notification. Onboarding notification. Description, you can add it. Description, you can add whatever we want. Now here, evaluation criteria, which one we have to go for?
Created.
In case if you are confused, here we have a how do I choose? How do I choose? Help is available here. So which will take you to the help.salesforce.com. So somebody can help on this page. Okay, so right now here created. And the criteria is, what is the criteria that I have to use?
Email
So
should
hiring
be
manager dot email address not equal to null.
Email address not equal to null. Email address not equal to null. Now I'm done with the criteria. Let's go to the next. Okay, this is the action step. Let me go back to my notepad. What is the navigation, Sai Kiran? What is the navigation in order to go to the workflow?
Just absent.
Sorry?
Yesterday I'm absent to the class. That's why.
Okay, but just now I have explained it, right? Setup, search, workflow rule. So basically go to the setup. Go to the setup. Search for workflow rule. Click on workflow rule. Then it will take you to the workflow rule screen. Then on the workflow rule screen, click on new rule button. New rule button. Okay, Sai Kiran, are you clear now? Go to the setup. Okay, when you click on a setup, what do we have to do? Search for workflow rule. Okay, so here you will find the workflow rules. Click on this workflow rules. As soon as you click on the workflow rules, it will be open this screen. Click on continue. And here we have a new rule. Click on that new rule. Clear till this point?
Ma'am.
So workflow, while creating the workflow rules, there are 3 pages. There are 3 pages. First page is, it will ask the object details. Second page, it will ask the event. It will ask the event or evaluation criteria. It will ask the evaluation criteria. And the third page is action. So anytime whenever you are creating the workflow rules, you have to go through the 3 pages. 3 pages are mandatory. Object is mandatory, evaluation criteria is mandatory, action is mandatory. Action is mandatory. Now, so far, what are the things we have completed while creating the workflow rule? What did we complete while creating the workflow rule? Which all pages we completed it?
We completed like select object, then evaluation criteria. Now we came for this particular
Lakshman?
like
Lakshman,
Yes.
which all
Yes,
pages
ma'am.
did we complete?
We completed object, event, action.
Okay, which event did we selected it?
We selected created.
Yes. So now here we are in the third page. Specify workflow action. Specify the workflow action that will be triggered when the rule criteria are met. So what is the rule criteria that we have defined? Hiring manager, email address not equal to null. And what is the evaluation criteria? Evaluate the rule when the record is created. Now let's go ahead and add here. First, it is an immediate workflow action. Then we have a time dependent action. Within the immediate workflow action, we have 4 things. New email alert, new field update, new outbound message, select existing action. 4 are there. New email alert, field update, outbound message, select existing action. They have removed the task. They removed the task and they added the select existing action. Now, which one are we doing it out of 4?
Email alert, new
Email alert. Yes. So let's go ahead and click on email alert.
What is meant by select existing action?
We'll see that. So we'll go ahead and create an email alert. So description. Let's go ahead and create a description. Some description will give. You can give any description, that should be fine. Let's say that this is for onboard notification alert. Onboarding notification alert. Okay. Unique name automatically will come. Unique name will automatically come based on the name that we have given in the description. But only thing it will add wherever the space is there, underscore will be added. Wherever the space is there, it gets added with the underscore, because unique name should not have any space. Unique name should not have unique space. So now let's go ahead and select the email template. Object name automatically it comes because we did select it in the first page. Now email template, let's click on this. Email template, let's click on this search. Now I have a multiple emails. Now I can go with any text. Right now my email templates are, all of them are type text. So in real time, we mostly go with the HTML. We mostly go with the HTML or Visual Force page. So right now I have a text template type. So let me go ahead and select the new customer email. Now recipient type, we have a different type of recipient type. I can send it to the account owner. I can send it to the case team. I can send it to the creator. I can send it to email field. Creator means whoever is the record is created by. Case team is whenever you are creating the case, there is a one field called case team. Account owner means in case your object is connected with the account, then it will show the account owner. Owner is nothing but the owner of that. In our case, it is the hiring manager owner. But we are not sending to the hiring manager owner. We are sending to the email address. And bottom public group is another group. It's kind of a multiple user sits into that group. And in case your object is connected to the contact, if you wanted to select the related contact details, you can use this. And if your object is connected with the user, that means you have a lookup of user, then you can use the related user, or else last modified by. Related user also comes as a last modified by. And next we have a role and subordinate user. This you will learn in the admin classes. So for now we are interested in email field. Our email field is email address. So let's go ahead and select email address. Amala, can you give your email address? Lakshman, can you give your email address? Sai, can you give me your email address? Let's go with the 3 email address right now.
Sai Kiran.
Just ping me in the chat.
Okay.
Okay. So Sai Kiran, can you give me? Yeah. Okay. So I have a 3 email address. Let's see what will happen. Now it accepted. So I can give max of 5 email address details. In case if you wanted to see what is the data that I have given, go ahead and check. These are the additional email address, and email to address is email field, and this is the template. In my template, I have some merge fields. So let's take out that merge fields. So let me take out the merge fields. Fine. Call me at Samskar IT. That's it. So my email is ready. Now, do I have all the information ready to test it? Do I have all the information ready to test it? Can I go ahead and test right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can.
How we can test it?
By creating a new hiring manager record.
Will it work?
We have to activate it first.
Yeah. So workflow rules always has to be active in case if you wanted to fire this workflow. In case if this workflow is inactive, then it will not fire. So let's go ahead and activate it. In case if you want to deactivate anytime, you can click on this deactivate. It will be active equal to false. Now let me create one email address. Yup, mail.com email address. So I have this email address. Let's go ahead and check inbox. I have this information. Let's select, delete all this. So right now I do not have any email. So 0 emails are there. Perfect. So let me go ahead and create. Let me go ahead and create one hiring manager record. Hiring manager name, Caroline. Designation, senior HR executive, location, Pune. Contact number, this is just a number. Email address, let me give that email address. Now, as soon as I click on save, what will happen? Okay, I have a 2 emails that are active. Okay, just a second. So continue.
I received the email alert.
Yes. And how about you, Sai?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Lakshman.
Me too. I receive email.
Okay, so we have received an email. Welcome to the GenVat community. Perfect. Now, what happened exactly here? What is the logic that got executed at the backend? What did it fire? How did it get executed? Okay, let's click on new. So I have a hiring object on here. Hiring manager object, right? So what I'm doing it, I am creating the hiring manager record. I'm creating the hiring manager record. Perfect. Then I have a workflow role here. Workflow role. So my workflow role is onboarding notification. Onboarding notification. Now, also I have a database. This is a Salesforce database. Salesforce database. Now, as soon as I click on a save button here, I have a save button at the bottom. Assume that I have a save button. As soon as I click on this, what will happen? It first goes into the database. First, it will goes into the database. It will commit the information into the database. That means save the record in database. This is nothing but what is this? This is a before insert. Before till it saved it to the database, whatever this red line is flying on the air. So it is not yet saved. As soon as it reached here, then it saved into the database. Then it is saved. Then it is saved into the database. As soon as it saved into the database, now it will return back to the record. That means object level it will go. As soon as it is saved into the object, this record is saved into the object. So it's saved into the database. Once it is saved into the database, it will come back to the object saying that I have done with saving the data into the database. That means there are no validations. Everything perfectly saved. It will return back to the object saying that everything is saved perfectly fine. It says to the object, everything, all the data is saved perfectly fine. That means this is after insert. Now after insert, when it comes back to the object will tell, is there any automation? Object will go and check, is there any automation that is returned for me? That means, is there any automation on the hiring manager? Is there any automation role on the hiring manager? If yes, then go to that automation rule. If yes, then go to this automation rule. What is the automation rule that I have? Onboarding notification. Onboarding notification is the automation workflow rule that is present on this object. Now what it will do, it will go ahead and check the first page. Second page it will check. What is the second page? Basically, it will check the rule criteria. What is the rule criteria here? Hiring manager email address not equal to none. Perfect. This is qualified. This is qualified. Now it will go and what it will do, it will check the email address. For email address, what I need an email address, as well as I need the CC address. If there are any CC address, it will go and check that those CC address, whether it is valid or not. Now what it will do, it will go ahead and send an email. It will go ahead and send an email to the whom it will send. It will send it to the email address that is mentioned, as well as the CC address. Both of them, it will be verified. So this is how the execution will happen. This is how your execution will happen. Now let me show you this. Let me clear this debug log. Clear the log. Now let's create another record. Let's go ahead and create another record. Clone. Carolyn Fallon. Okay, let's save. Now as soon as I save it, I'll receive another email. Refresh. 3 emails. You might be receiving another email.
Yes, ma'am, received.
Okay. So this is the debug log. When you look at the debug log, what are the things that it has? It gives the timestamp. Within a millisecond, it started at 95. It started at 95 and it ended at 176. Okay. And what are the things it will do here? Right now on this object, I do not have any automation. I just have only one automation, that is a workflow rule. User info, user has entered the information. Okay, now here is the execution started. It started the execution. When it started the execution, there is a code unit that gets started. What is this code unit? And what is this ID? This ID is referred to the object workflow, and let's give this it will take you to the object manager. Switch. Or else I can give it here. Let's keep this. Where is that object ID? Let's copy this. Let's go to the workflow. Let's keep here. So it will take you to the custom object. It will take you to the custom object. That means on this object, there is a workflow. On this object, there is a workflow. Rule evaluation begins. It starts evaluating the workflow. What is the criteria here? Criteria, hiring manager, Carolyn Fallon, this is the record detail information. Rule filter is email address not equal to null. What is the rule evaluation value that I have in the record? This is the email ID that I have. And what happened, whether the rule criteria is successful or not? Yes, it is successful. Now spool action begins. That means it goes into the one level down. Means evaluation is done. When to fire evaluation, it is satisfied. What are the actions that I need to begin right now? So that is the action begin. So now whenever the action begins, it will check what are the immediate action, time dependent actions are there. Right now we have an email alert. This is the email alert details and this is the template. Whom do we have to send? Recipient, this is the recipient, and CC address, these all CC address we have sent. And how many email alerts? One email alerts. So rule evaluation end. Here it started the rule evaluation begin. And here it is ended the rule evaluation. And action ended. And code finished, code started. Execution finished. And here execution started. So since started to finished, these all the actions happen. These all the actions happened. Any questions?
This testing help us in it's a kind of confirmation that the job got done.
Yes. So testing scenario. What is the testing scenario? Lakshman, what is the testing scenario? Testing scenario.
Testing scenario, they need to check your email. Email is there or not? The email field is not.
Testing scenario is create a new record.
Okay.
On hiring manager. And then email address. Click on save. This is cross verify. Email address, click on save. As soon as the save is done, does email address received email or not? Does email address received email or not? Does email address received or not? Clear testing scenario?
Yeah, yes, madam.
Amala, Vivek, Harshini,
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Clear.
Clear.
Srinivas. Okay. Srinivas, Shruti.
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
So these three things, whatever the requirement that I give, I need high level requirement, I need micro level requirement, I need testing scenarios. Okay, that is mandatory. Now let's go to the interview question. Interview questions. What is workflow? Did I give these interview questions to you? Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yesterday you gave.
Did anybody written this explain 3 business scenarios that will cover the time dependent action?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, I wrote, madam.
Okay. Shruti, can you tell me what are the business scenarios that you gave?
Ma'am, I have written 2 examples for this.
Mhm,
One is like LIC policy. I have taken LIC policy.
mhm,
For it is a quarterly payment mode,
mhm,
and when we take the account, we will get the SMS or mail immediately. So that is immediate action.
mhm,
And we need to pay next payment after 3 months.
mhm,
But we get notification in 1 month if there is before 1 month.
mhm. Okay.
And
Second one.
second one, I take the examples of OTT platform subscription.
Mhm,
Before it is going to expire, from 15 days, we get daily message and notification in the OTT platform.
mhm.
These are time dependent actions.
Oh. Okay. Amala.
One scenario is like whenever a new lead is created, so then send a notification. When a new lead is created within the 24-hour period, like we contact that lead. So if not, if it has not been contacted until 20 hours, then at 20 hours it will generate an email saying that this lead has not been contacted yet,
Mhm. Okay.
and it is closed one day period. So
Okay. So second scenario.
the second scenario is
Have you written on not? Only one scenario.
yeah, I have written. Yeah, I have written. I have written 3.
Okay. In the meantime, we'll go to Harshini. Have you written the business scenario?
I haven't. I will do it by tomorrow.
Okay. I forgot. Please change the name appropriately on the Zoom. HP, I forgot his name. Did you attend the yesterday's class? I don't know what is the name of that person. Lakshman, have you written the 3 business scenarios?
No, ma'am.
Okay. M, who is M?
Hi, Swapna. This is Muskan. So this is
Okay.
one of our first session we have joined this morning.
Okay. Yeah. Raj, have you written this business scenarios?
Yeah, I wrote, madam, I wrote.
Okay, can you tell me?
Yeah, like means time dependent one is like electricity bill reminder, and one more that is
Give
like
me the scenario.
say scenario. Yeah, scenario like when every month before, like electricity bill payment regarding, like notification will come. Okay, this particular due date, like if monthly bill of electricity comes, means before due date, we get a notification that this particular day I have to pay the bill amount.
Okay. Second scenario.
It's a time dependent scenario only, I'm saying, madam.
Yeah. Second scenario. 3 business scenario I
Immediate.
have mentioned.
Acha, okay, okay. It's okay. That another one is like a credit card payment, even like when we do the shopping from the credit card. So as when bill generation date, like on certain date a bill get generated, thereafter it will, like we get a notification that this is particular day is a due date of us to pay the payment.
Okay. Have you written third one also?
Yeah, third one I can no, miss, I didn't write, but I
Okay.
can say third one.
Vivek.
Yes, Swapna. I have written two scenario. One is I have placed a order through Amazon,
Mhm.
and once my order is placed, I'll get a SMS that my order is placed. After that, once the order is my shipping date,
Mhm.
once my order, uh, my product is shipped, I'll get a again alert that my order is shipped. After that, suppose it will uh, take 5 days. Before 5 days, it's on the way, so that I'll get another notification that my order is on the way. It will take another 5 days to reach.
Mhm.
Once it will be reached,
Mhm.
we'll get another. My order is delivered. And the other scenario I wrote, like hospital appointment date. Suppose my medical test is done today, and after
Mhm.
that, it will be on after 1 month,
Mhm.
and I'll get a notification that my appointment next appointment days is 30 days,
Mhm.
and I have one more reminder after 15 days, 20
Mhm.
days, and I'll get a final reminder on the day on the 1 week before and the
Mhm.
final date.
Okay.
These are the two scenario I wrote.
Okay. Fine. Sai Kiran.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I
Srinivas.
haven't received.
Srinivas.
Yesterday I didn't disconnected in middle, but I have some in my mind. So wishing birthday wishes on particular day one, and one more thing I can tell, once invoice is so when the due date is approaching for that bill, before 3 days I want to send an email to that user. We can use the time limit, time dependent actions for that case.
Okay. Shruti.
Yeah, ma'am.
3 business scenarios.
Yeah, I already explained it.
So you already
LIC
explained
and
it.
OTT.
Okay. Fine.
Yes.
OTT, the one you have said OTT. You are the one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. So whoever is not doing the assignment, okay, Sai, okay, you have to, I need updates every day.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Harshini,
Yeah, sure. I will.
because I'll
be
not be knowing that whether you are understanding or not. I will not be clear.
Okay.
I want each and every member understanding the concept. At least connect with the scenarios in day-to-day scenarios. That should be also fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So coming to the assignment, the first one, implement a Visual Force page to show lead data. Why are we in the assignment this one? Sorry. So right now we are in the workflow rules. So what did we discuss? Scenarios and okay. So assignment is, I do not have time. Let me keep this. Upon creating the active bank account record. Upon creating the active account bank account record, send an email to the account owner. So when it will fire on the creating. And account is, what are the rule criteria we have to check? Industry we have to check because it is a bank account. Industry equal to banking, active equal to yes. For this, write a high level requirement, micro level requirement, test scenarios, and then implement the workflow rule. And the second one is configure a workflow rule on the case object to notify case owner. To notify case owner upon creating the new high priority case record. Upon creating the new high priority case record. So here the rule criteria is status is new, priority is high. And the third one, configure a workflow rule on the contact object once the contact has been created. Once the contact has been created, notify the contact email address. What is the rule criteria here? Email not equal to null. And next one, configure the workflow on the lead object. Notify the lead person. You can also take a owner also. Upon creating the, like if he is a Hyderabad location, if the lead is created for the Hyderabad location, then fire a notification. So what are the things we have to check? City I have to check, email I have to check. On this lead object, okay, whenever there is any update is happening on the lead record, that means here the criteria is created and every time it is edited. So these are the 5 assignments. Clear? Any questions on the assignment?
And in the first assignment, we need to create one active field.
Yes. If you do not have, create active fields. Based on the requirement, if you do not have any fields, right, whether in the lead city or whether in the account active, if you do not see any field, go ahead and create it on the object level. Any questions on this assignment?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Amala?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, then thank you all. We'll meet
you, ma'am.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.